Okay, let's therefore head into the second game. It's gonna be this one, yes. Game 2. Oh ho 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 ho. Okay. Acropolis. So that's gonna be a rabbit, right? It usually is on these maps. Yeah, oh, actually not. Shenanigans is gonna be taking ISIS, really? I mean, like, it's a bit... No, that's very interesting to me, because they can be choosing whatever gods they really want. They don't have any limitations. So that's very unusual. That Shenanigans is gonna be picking ISIS. Maybe he just doesn't like playing Ra, but... Acropolis is absolutely like a Ra map. But we'll see. Maybe he's gonna be having some good idea what to do here. But well, the point usually is that you're having the huge gold mine in your base. You're gonna be having a huge amount of food, so therefore your advances are kind of solid, because you're even starting with a very high amount of food here on this map. So it's kind of like combined. You can effectively advance incredibly quickly if you wish to, which is usually not the case. But then, well, something like the Shifting Sands, because you are starting on a bit of a plateau. I'm gonna be just right now showing you the map in case for some reason you've never seen it. But it has been already played a lot in the tournaments lately. So, Shifting Sands, shifting into the opposing side of the map, having some fun there, maybe still in TC. Yeah, well, that's of course why Ram is quite a bit good. But I'm also curious if maybe the ISIS will be, instead of Ancestors, go in maybe for a Hathor instead of the Nephthys. Could be some kind of idea to be having the rock drops from that, and maybe trying to block the farms. Wait, there are Locust as well, could be the case. Could be certainly the case, but nonetheless, so far, 2 monuments already prepared here. I can definitely tell that GrandMonster is having quite a clear idea what he wants to be going for. And I'm wouldn't be surprised if he actually tried to go for Scarabs. And when you think about that, if maybe Shenanigans was aware of maybe GrandMonster's propensity to do that, I mean, like, they are both common vanilla players, so they will be knowing each other, then maybe he's trying to counter him because of right about now the Momentum Villages, which should be blocking Shifting Sands possibly. But at the same time, if you're gonna be going for Scarabs, you very often are gonna be trying to go also at the same time for Eclipse. So therefore for Bust, so not really sure that he's gonna be able to really block anything too significant. But like in the positioning, doesn't seem that the monument will be randomly placed here by Shen, as it seems to be blocking both the TC and also right now effectively the gold mine here to the bottom. Seems to me that he's really trying to make use of a special ability that the ISIS has. So you're gonna be seeing some first relic, that's going to be Shingles of Steel. It is increasing the house hit points in here for both of the players. Probably not gonna be too important, but this is really a bit of a kind of like Trojan horse for the opponent, of course. A relic in case you are gonna be having something like Earthquake or Tornado, because at that point you can be a bit surprised once you're gonna be casting that god power and suddenly not that many buildings are gonna be getting destroyed. Not because the houses are having tons of hit points that absorb the damage from the god power. So yeah, if there is a relic like this in the game, be careful if you want to be playing destructive god powers like these, because you might find yourself quite a bit disappointed in case there are gonna be some houses nearby. Okay, so GrandMonster right now ready. Thinking should be getting ready also into the classical already. Yeah, you can see he's gonna be advancing now. Guessed it actually really nicely. And Shifting Sands in the end. Okay. So, Shifty's in. And maybe actually in the end he might not even be going for the necessary segment and the Scarabs, maybe only like one. And it's gonna be more concentrating upon Siege Towers. That's another variant that is actually played simply with Siege Towers. But in Titans it's easier since you do get the Scarab for free. Whereas here in Vanilla you don't, and Myth units are even more expensive. So therefore it's not like it would be impossible to play it, but maybe it would be really liking the option with the Shifting Sands on the Siege Towers maybe a bit more. But yeah, well, it really depends at this point if Shenanigans is gonna be appropriately blocking it with the monuments, maybe dropping an order somewhere to the top. Who knows? Who knows? But so far the setup is not entirely too terrible, because of course the range of the monument is even bigger than one screen. So you can see if he has it here, and this all is safe from the Shifting Sands, and maybe therefore shifting. No, I'm thinking that really one extra monument probably should be going somewhere to the top, to appropriately block the god powers. Now we'll see. He will still have to see. So Bust is on the way here. It's right now halfway through. GrandMonster is obviously through, so what are gonna be seen from his point of view? So far probably nothing too serious. It's gonna right now have pickaxe. On the other hand, it's going to be pickaxe as well. Actually, it seems like it maybe he's already at this point waiting for the enemy rain. At the same time, he's running out of food, so he needs to be doing something, right? Yeah, some usually hunting animals, not the goats, but some deer. But it actually seems like he hasn't even found them yet, besides one patch in the middle. Besides one patch in the middle in there. No, well, and yeah, the rain is gonna be coming soon. As you can see, it's right now ready. With the Farmos, with Shadoof, and gonna be also having Plow. And does he have the husband? Yes, yes, yes. It was there, just didn't notice it earlier. Did not notice it earlier yet. Interestingly, kind of building at the back here, with all the houses and everything. Instead of trying to protect the front. That's gonna be, of course, right now the rain. Which is gonna be also quite significantly benefiting Shenanigans. Unfortunately, missing the Plow. But I'm guessing he might be actually able to get there somewhat soon. Or will he? I mean, like... Oh, it's actually costing a bit of gold, so unfortunately he has chosen not to do so. He's gonna be apparently right now needing the gold a bit more. And that might be a bit of a problem, because he is being blocked from casting his prosperity. Maybe actually waited too long, to be honest. Because... Yeah, right now he's going for the Plow, no, but before that's researched, the rain is gonna be effectively gone. I'm actually thinking that Shenanigans a bit messed this up. He waited too long with the prosperity. And if he managed to cast it before the rain, but like I don't know, maybe like a half a minute before, just randomly saying the number, then he'll be able to advance into Heroic Age really well. But right now he's getting slowed down. He also kinda didn't have enough gold for the Plow, which I'm thinking why he didn't actually research it. And he was trying to wait for the gold a bit more, in my opinion. Then he realized he's losing food, which, well, he effectively unfortunately is. And you can see right now, rain gone, Plow only now. Yeah, this could have been a bit more tight from Shenanigans. And by a bit more tight, I mean it should have been a lot better. It could have been. Novel at any rate, Neftis is coming. For GrandMonster, you can see Hathor is effectively going to be at the very same and very similar timing. So by the way, no Scarabs therefore. No Scarabeans from him. As he's gonna be having very good actually already favor. 58. It's gonna be for a kind of Petsuchos raid. That's something that you also see from Raz, but he's having really suspiciously high favor, so I'm looking forward to what's gonna be the end plan. So Hathor in. He's gonna be clicking in some myth unit. He doesn't have too much gold currently, so it's not entirely too much of an easy thing. You can see right now the priest. Probably more like randomly scouting. Don't think he was trying to check out what's up, but nonetheless, second TC. Make it all in his base. Obviously, with the starting gold mine being 6,000, you can certainly afford to still hang in. But the other problem is that he hasn't scouted anything at all if you look at this map. He has no idea where the other resources are. Zero idea whatsoever. Whereas for Shenanigans, he has scouted half of the map, which is, of course, a bit of a hallmark of ISIS. And he's gonna be quite nicely blocking already the gold mine. That would be possibly quite nice for GrandMonster. This point seems like he's gonna be having to rely on the left one. And maybe hope there's gonna be some back like there. Which so far we don't exactly know about. You can see they're gonna be having some immediate cavalry. So in the end, maybe I'm gonna be disappointed that it's not gonna be anything too special. And it's gonna be rather some standard play without anything extreme, which is really surprising to me. Because I would be expecting a GrandMonster if he chose this map. And I'm thinking he did, that this is his home map probably. Considering what kind of civilization he has chosen and the opponent as well. Then we'll be thinking that, yeah, he might be having some special plan. But maybe I'm turned around. Maybe it's the opposite way. Though, frankly, not entirely certain why would actually GrandMonster choose Anatolia as the first map against an Agamane. Unless he was trying to be a bit funny and cheeky. Not sure. Maybe it could be the case. But, luckily for him, discovered excellent gold mine. Gonna have to wall this part of the map off, but that is actually really good. But unfortunately, also his front TC is gonna be currently taken by GrandMonster, or by Shenanigans, sorry. This time he's gonna be empowering well. No, the Ancestors extra. No, frankly not sure how GrandMonster is gonna be able to retake it somewhat. Unless maybe it's gonna be some faster Mythical Age from him, possibly. That could be also some plan, but considering how much armies right now going for, and it will be a few Petsuchai coming forward, then... No, seems to me more like a standard, actually, a heroic age fight here between the players. So Laborers, Hendax, Plow and Shaft Mine. On the other side, that's gonna be absolutely the same. No difference whatsoever in the upgrades, as you have some cheeky scouting. So that GrandMonster can be potentially knowing where to go for some effective raids, but with the TC done, right now Migdol here, Siege Workshops, this is actually looking as an even market, really. Now, I mean, like, if he wanted to jump into Mythical Age, then he probably wanted to drop it as soon as possible. But I guess maybe he changed his mind, or they changed his mind. Damn it, sorry, changed his mind. And if you look at his resources, certainly doesn't seem like there will be any kind of Mythical Age on his mind currently. Really not. Really not. So, switching to GrandMonster's point of view, you can see it's right now just getting some lay of the land still to the back. Ah, discovering Relic. Both Artemis, that's actually really good. Really good, that's increasing the range, or actually that's the cost, sorry. That's the cost of the archers, which is helpful for chariot archers. They're gonna be a bit cheaper. Shingles of Steel we have already seen here, and that's not gonna be any kind of other relic. And that's actually looking kinda nice. Gonna be having Siege Workshop right now working for the first tower. Kind of wonder if maybe you'll be wanting to possibly even jump to the top side and try to force the opponent into some kind of bigger defensive, not sure. Maybe, but we have definitely heard market, already built. But looking currently at where we actually are with this economy, doesn't seem like he's gonna be able to really do anything too much as far as Mythical Age. As you do have pop limit for him. For Shenanigans is going to be right about now. Nowhere near pop limit, 84. And he also doesn't have resources, to be honest, for the next age. Seems like he's more going for the boom. You can see right now even 30C. Still, of course, keeping the one inside his base open. So that's gonna be an interesting chance here for GrandMonster to go in. With, of course, the Ancestors and Eclipse being absolute must, because that was way too much of a strong army. And he realized it immediately. So he's gonna be at this point having to head back, right next to Migdol's. And should be maybe even gonna... Yeah, this is a mistake. Gonna basically select the whole army and send it back. What you should be doing in this case is select especially the siege towers because they are damn slow. And send them alone, and then the other army alone as well. And if you're gonna be enough time, which effectively you should be at this point, it's not too hard to micro. Double click on the unit, you're gonna be selecting all of the same kind. You can disperse them that way, and therefore whoever is not gonna be under attack is gonna be able to run away. Because the slowdown works only on like a group that you send and click somewhere. That's where it's selected as a group. But if you're gonna be each of them selected somewhere else, then only the one that's gonna be under attack will be slowed down. So that was a bit... No, not simply. That should have been played slightly better by GrandMonster. Could have been possibly saving himself some kind of more damage. I mean, like the siege towers were pretty much dead anyway. Could have been even leaving them a bit back as some kind of collateral. And letting the others actually escape a bit easier as well. But nonetheless, Ancestors are gonna be gone. That's a lot of Petsuchai, by the way. And we may be thinking even about Petsuchosra possibly. But well, at any rate, you can see even some mercenaries helping out from Shenanigans. He's having damn good control of the map. And also, therefore, damn good. Right about now, economy going, it seems like. As this push might be continuing for a bit. Problem is that I don't think he's gonna be able to get rid of the Petsuchai yet. I did this one run away hit points. Not too much. Still looking pretty solid with 200 HP. So this should be defensible because he doesn't have enough priests there. But at least he bought himself quite a lot of time on good echo, on 3 TCs. So I think this was overall kind of like a bit of a win for Shenanigans. Bit of a win, but nonetheless still needs to be careful and mercenaries will be dying soon. So therefore he shouldn't be even entertaining some kind of semi-battles. Should be falling back to the TC and kind of like... Yeah, I'm not liking this too much. Just gonna be resulting into some useless losses effectively. And you can see it actually cost him a lot, because he right now picked in some new units. And he doesn't have, well, enough at this point resources. What's up with the upgrades? Still the same. Whereas for GrandMonster we are going to be where? On the gold to the right, that's first and foremost. Same upgrades also. But you can see, since he already did have the army before, and he kind of like didn't have that high losses. No, he's able to keep himself up on the resources. Bit low on the gold, but the food is quite nice. Now, I mean, like, he effectively lost mostly actually the chariots, the siege towers. Whereas, I'm really thinking that Shenanigans overcommitted there a bit. I'm thinking he was probably a bit overconfident because of the mercenaries. But yeah, well, once the mercenaries of course go off, and they also cost you tons of gold, then no problems arise. I'm slightly thinking that he unfortunately has basically already fallen into the trap of his own making, because going for all the mercs depleted his economy effectively, and now he's gonna be problem because he needs to be continue with them, since he effectively doesn't have any kind of other units to currently make, because of still one thing leading to another with the Echo. And well, the Petsukai seem to be like quite an excellent idea so far, working pretty damn well. And that's, of course, yet again, just tying one thing to the other. He's spending so much gold on the mercenaries right now, Shenanigans, that he effectively doesn't have enough gold to even make the priests, so that he can be countering the units that are effectively the biggest problem for him, because they're just absolutely frying everything in his low numbers. And they're just gonna like... He's playing effectively into GrandMonster's cards. But to be honest, the decision has been already made before, and even though, you can say it now, quite nice monument to block the god powers. Cool to see. Very nice to see he really is using them effectively. Well, GrandMonster is gonna be able to take the TC, and it's gonna be time for Shenanigans to fall back, but frankly, I'm kinda already thinking that Shenanigans might be way too behind. GrandMonster might be having way too much of an edge here, and just if he's maybe even clipped into Mythic. Apparently he didn't. Okay, so he effectively recognized that he really is in a great situation, and he recognized it really well, that Shenanigans is struggling, and therefore, there's gonna be Osiris coming forward. So sorry, just clicked in, didn't exactly show up. But yeah, that's gonna be as a seal rather of approval that of his gods, that he's gonna be right now aiming for the win, to be honest. TC is not gonna be in any kind of way challenged by Shenanigans. It's not really possible. He's not gonna be able to get into the next age, and yeah, there's just like nothing that Shenanigans can be currently doing with this. And I'm thinking that once the mythical age is gonna be hitting, that might be a GG right there, because there's just like no way that Shen is gonna be able to get there. No? Quite nice. Maybe you wouldn't be expecting that. That actually something like Petsuko spam is actually gonna be working so well against Isis of all gods, because Isis is the one with the best priests, and you'll be therefore thinking, yeah, that you'll be able to deal with them exactly as he's trying to do now. Unfortunately, this is about some kind of 5 minutes too late. He needed to be having that on that first fight, trying to eliminate them already. So this was actually a fairly cool play by GrandMonster anyway, going for the Petsukai, as opposed to what maybe we expected with some Shenanigans with, I don't know, Scarabs and Shifting Sands or whatever along those lines. And seems to me that the TC not really finished yet. You can see there was some slowdown, but yeah, you can see right now just the presence is there still, and Charioteers need to be just picking out all the priests, whereas the Petsukai are gonna be killing effectively everything else. Osiris in. Do we have the Pharaoh somewhere? Not sure exactly where he's hiding currently. Not sure about that, but nonetheless, you can see Son of Osiris has been already cast somewhere where he was. So market getting set up. Where is he even? Here? Yeah. On the right side, empowering the gold. I mean, like, he didn't have that many gold mines actually, GrandMonster right now left. Fortunately, currently we won't be seeing it, but I'm entirely certain we actually even saw the gold mine on the left side. So he probably was even fighting for that gold, effectively. But well, quite successfully so, and therefore, it seems like we're gonna be tied at 1-1. No, definitely that means we're gonna be seeing at least 2 more games right now in the match. If not, of course, the whole slew, because so far it's quite a equal one and tight one between the players. Okay, so I guess maybe let's check out the economical upgrades. I'm expecting GrandMonster to be a bit higher, but nonetheless he got only, you can see, irrigation. That's gonna be the same for Shenanigans. He actually got higher even on wood here into Bowsaw. So he tried his best, but nonetheless, didn't work out. Let's check into post-game. That is going to be there for GrandMonster with, of course, the win in the end. Economy, kind of curious about the difference. Look at that. Wasn't expecting that to be that high. About 4,000 resources, maybe 5. More like 4. More like 4,000 resources. Actually a bit similar as we have seen in the first game. And well, as you mentioned, I think that what kind of screwed slightly Shenanigans was that he didn't get to cast this Prosperity before the rain. He maybe waited a bit too long for that. Could have been having, I'm thinking, fast advance into Heroic. But even through that, he did actually pretty well. But he wasn't exactly expecting the GrandMonster is gonna be coming for him with such a strong army. And maybe he didn't expect the Petsuchai, because I don't think he even scouted that. It's kind of hard for the Ege, of course, to scout something like that, since he doesn't have anything mostly running, like Catastropos or Animals for stat. And the monuments, or the monuments obelisks, don't have to be exactly too easy to place into positions where he needed them. But I mean, like, the claim on the front TC was really good, especially from GrandMonster's point of view, who was having a bit of a problem with discovering the gold mines. Until later he discovered the one to the right, which really, of course, helped him quite massively and effectively kept him in the game and gave him the chance. But yeah, well, I'm thinking that Shenanigans was also a bit greedy when he was trying to push back GrandMonster with the Ancestors. He kind of stayed there for too long and then kind of kept fighting with inferior army in the middle instead of appropriately falling next to TC and trying to get through pop limit to fight a bit more reliably against GrandMonster. And he will be even having higher pop limit because he was having simply more TCs and he was effectively blocking GrandMonster from one. So yeah, I'm thinking that tactically Shenanigans did have some better options there what to do. You can see units loss, of course, for Shenanigans quite a bit higher, but I think there are gonna be Ancestors there as well, which is like, how many are there? 15? 12, 15, I don't know, something like that. Can see same as Heroic Ages, Classical Ages, bit of a difference, but that one doesn't matter too much. Theoretically could be better for Shenanigans, since you're gonna be making more villages before advance, so therefore they're gonna be working longer in the game. So the economy should be a bit better. Didn't prove to be that much of a thing in the end. But the Petsuchai, certainly one of the key reasons for the success in the game. GG.